In this series, I will tell you how to overcome depression and nihilism. The first step in your journey is identifying the key source of your mental troubles. This, however, isn't an easy task since it can be caused by many things such as trauma, external circumstances, personal beliefs about the world, etc. However, don't lose hope because there is a simple solution to all of this, which is meditation. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell are you talking about? How does this solve it? Well, let me break it down for you. The reason why meditation is so effective is because it allows you to relieve mental, physical, and spiritual stress and tension. You can sort of think of it as a shower for your mind, body, and overall spirit. How this is done is by shifting your focus on the present moment and appreciating it rather than thinking about the past or the future. Now, there are many ways and different methods of meditating, but the most simple is just lying down or sitting cross-legged. You can do this with a pillow for back support, since I know most of you are cave dwellers that don't ever leave your PC, for 10 to 20 minutes each day, and to focus on your in-breath and your out-breath, breathing through your nose. It's important to know, if you do begin meditation, it's okay to have thought and to be thinking things. That's normal, and you shouldn't ever force anything. Let your mind wander where it wants to, while focusing on your breathing. Over time, you will start to think less and less, and then eventually, you should reach a state where your mind is quiet, and then you will receive the following benefits for your mind. It's been shown through studies that meditation can decrease anxiety and depression, increase pain tolerance, increase memory, self-awareness, goal setting, increase empathy, reduce anger, slows down your heart rate, better focus, and relieves stress. For the body, it's also been shown that it can reduce physical tension of the body, meaning it helps with sore muscles, tension from stress, increase the number of antibodies in your blood to fight off sickness, lowers blood pressure, helps with the healing of wounds, regulation of bodily fluids, hormone regulation. It's also been shown to help with diabetes, cancer, heart problems, and Alzheimer's. Basically, meditation is you going Super Saiyan. I'm not going to break down the science of everything I just talked about because I'm not Derek from More Plates, More Dates, but if you're interested, I'll have some sources and videos I used in the description. The reason for meditation's importance in your day-to-day life is because it's like recharging your battery for your spirit, mental, and physical health. At the very least though, if you can't do 10 to 20 minutes every day, you should at least aim for every other day. For the next part, I have to do some explaining. There was once an absolute Giga Chad, and his name was Sigmund Freud. Wait, no, it's Sigmund Freud. He had a theory called the iceberg theory. In the theory, there are 3 levels to the mind. The conscious mind being the tip of the iceberg. In this layer, it holds everything that you are aware of. The other 2 layers of the mind are the preconscious and the unconscious. The 2 layers make up your subconscious. It is the other 80 to 90% of the iceberg that is underwater. Even though you can't see it, it makes up most of the iceberg and holds a lot of information, but is usually left undiscovered by most people. However, the 3 parts of your mind is not who you truly are. The 3 parts do heavily influence your day-to-day life and have a huge impact on you. But the 3 parts of your mind make up something that is called the ego. Your ego is your sense of who you are and what you identify with to feel different from others. However, that isn't your true identity. Understanding your subconscious is needed because it will tell you who you are and who you are not. If you were looking up at a giant mountain in front of you, you would only see that mountain and nothing behind it. If you climbed up it and went to the very top of that mountain, you could then see not only the land that was behind you, but also the land that's in front of you. Now, knowing this, if you can point a finger at your ego, who is pointing the finger? If it is who you are, you would not be able to look at it from the outside. When you can look at yourself objectively, you have left the throne of your ego and are looking at it from the subjective throne of your true self. Another similar but different parallel version is an Eastern idea called your higher self. It is believed that you are a spiritual being. This would be your finger pointer, or the true you. This version of you is beyond time and space, and is overlooking all possible realities and outcomes, and tries to guide you in your current situation to the best path, and is trying to align you with your purpose and what you truly desire in your life. On the material plane, or the earth where we are now, we're having a human experience. And here we have an ego, which is your sense of identity, like I mentioned before. Because we are on earth, we cannot always communicate with our higher self, because things like ego, emotion, trauma can get in the way. But a way to get past all of this and to understand more about ourselves and to communicate with our higher self is through meditation. Because our higher self has all of the knowledge and wisdom, because it has a bird's eye view of everything that we need and want in our life and how to achieve that goal. The main takeaway from both of these is that there are deeper parts of you that you don't even know about until they are explored. Now, how does all of this relate to nihilism and depression? It's related because of another concept called childhood trauma. Going back to the idea of the subconscious, from your birth to the age of 7, your subconscious mind is being programmed based on factors like environment and the people around you. It then stores the memories of these experiences. It will then be used by our conscious mind for the rest of our life as a reference. But in the early stages of development, if you experience things like abuse or neglect, your mind will adapt to survive in an unpredictable or threatening world, which can cause a lot of problems in the future. Signs of childhood trauma are hypervigilance, feeling unworthy, ugly, or broken, unable to see positive social cues, anxiety, depression, reliving the event, avoidance, trust issues, withdrawal, anger, self-destructive behavior, hard time showing emotions, etc. You need to know whatever trauma you went through in your past, you will more than likely be seeking it out and trying to experience and relive or recreate that exact same trauma. And 90% of the time, you won't even be able to notice it. Imagine having a dirty ass room like you're living in an episode of Hoarders, and you just keep adding more and more junk to it because it's familiar and what you're used to. It will be an endless snowball effect because you will only be adding more fuel to the fire if you don't try to clear up your problem now. I encourage everyone to explore what their life was like growing up and how it affects them to this day if you haven't already. Some good YouTube channels to point you in the right direction for recovery would be Michael Seeley for trauma meditation, Dr. K for meditation and Eastern and Western styles of therapy. But the absolute giga chad when it comes to therapy has to be the top G. Top Z. One of the main goals of meditation is to obtain mindfulness and being more aware of your reactions and thoughts and why you're having them and what caused you to think or react that way and what that says about who you are as a person. For example, if you're constantly having negative thoughts about yourself and that voice in your head is always putting you down, what is causing you to react that way or to even respond in that way? In conclusion, if you really want to master your reality and the world around you and escape nihilism and depression, you must first master your mind.